And a news update for April the 26th or 27th, 2018, Friday, noon edition, part 2. Yes, we had a lightning storm last night come through here on the 26th of April. And boy, that lightning was at levels that I've never seen of, like a severe storm would have. But yet the storm was classified as a normal thunderstorm, but lightning was like at severe levels. We had to restart this thing because this thing was acting really crazy. I don't know what it was doing, but it's working fine now. Got to get all the leprechauns out of there, I guess. But I wanted to tell you this, though. Definitely the severe weather. They're dumping all these stuff out of the planes and all this atmosphere is chemically charged and induced with all these chemicals that are being sprayed out in the planes to try to efforts to cool the earth or whatever they're trying to do. It's worldwide, and that's probably why we're having this more lightning in the atmosphere. And my analysis from doing the math, it looks like we're going to start seeing more fatalities due to lightning strikes in places where we normally don't see them happen. And we're going to have more transformers and power stations being struck because the atmosphere and the air is electrically more charged because there's a lot more metal particles in it. So lightning is going to be more severe in these areas because of the high levels of electricity in the air because of the electrical charge of the metal particles that are up there that should not be up there because they're man-made because they've been added to our atmosphere. Now I wanted to tell you something also. Mr. Johnson, who's the CEO, one of HUD's CEOs, I think he's on to something, but I think he needs to polish his idea. He wants to take 2 million people, in our second news story, and he wants to raise their income from 30% to 60%. So that means their rent would increase to the people that are not considered to be disabled or elderly. Those who are disabled or elderly would not be affected. They would still pay at 30% levels of their income. So a third of your income from your SSI, in other words, would actually be taken out of your check. But see, those who are not considered to be disabled, which would be over 2 million of you, would be actually considered to have a 60% income instead of 30% income increase to 60%. And you would have to go to work, which would be good. Because maybe all these clicks and all these arguments and lies and things would stop because people would be working because they'd be too tired to form them in places where they should not be encouraged to be anyway. And then maybe we would have a better place and more people would get along better because all the people would be working and they could put all the energy into a job instead of trying to manipulate people and trying to make up things and lie on people and evict people who shouldn't be evicted in the first place. Because of things like this runaway kind of thing we see going on here and the favoritism and the networks being formed and things that are going on in places here as well as in other places too. So, and then why are all these apartments, why are units being vacant for 6 to 8 months or almost a year? Some units are vacant. They've been vacant for almost a year here in some cases. Some of the units here, we have about 20 units that are empty. And I know some people just moved out of because they were evicted or whatever. But, we have some units that have been vacant for 8 months or more here. And I don't know if that's a problem at the place where you are, but I know it's a problem here. Have you noticed that there have been empty apartments in your place? It's probably going on all across the nation. Because to me, that's a big waste of money. And if you talk about saving money, George Piper, I would get more people in here because I know you're a good guy and I like what you do and I like this place. And I want to see this place be not just good, I want it better. And I want to see tenants in here in a month. They should not have to wait for 6 to 8 months. I don't know if there's a policy on it, but that needs to be changed. This place should be able to turn over apartments in 30 days or less. They should have people in them. Because, when you have people sitting there for 8 months and you all are paying the bill to keep the lights on and everything, that's a waste of money and resources. And you're all paying the whole bill. And if that's going on in a lot of